Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Vision Driven Family Institute, where we educate family leaders to fulfill their purpose, build wealth, and empower future generations. My name is Philip Porter.
And I'm Dr. Janice Porter. Welcome.
And we'd like to welcome you on this beautiful, kind of a crisp afternoon down here in McKinney, Texas, the home and headquarters of the Vision Driven Family Institute. We'd like to thank our primary sponsor, which is Generations Empowerment Enterprises. And our little music in the background is done by Sebastian Sounds. So we appreciate both of those sponsors. And we'd like to start off like we always do with a couple of quotes to get us going for this afternoon. Dr. Porter.
All right, quote number 1 is all around communication. Communication, the human connection, the key to personal and career success. So communication is the human connection, the key to personal and career success. And that's from Paul J. Meyer.
All righty. And quote number 2 is, your ability to communicate is an important tool in the pursuit of your goals, whether it is your family, your co-workers, or your clients and customers. And that's by no one other than the great Les Brown. So great quote. I love it. I love it. Good way to start off, because our family vision word for the month is communication. Okay, communication. And as we're talking about communication, we'd like to welcome Christine all the way from Minnesota for joining us.
Good morning, Christine.
And hopefully all is well with you and your family. Great. I appreciate you joining us. But a few thoughts regarding communications as it relates to the family vision, your family vision on your own personal purpose. And here's some of the things that I like to talk about when I'm talking about communication. Communication is the glue that keeps your family vision together. All right. And we can tell you that from personal experience. Communication is the sweet ingredient that inspires family members to internalize your purpose and then take action to achieve it. Okay, so it's gonna be that communication. We all gotta learn, how do we communicate that? How do we actually say that to inspire others to move forward? Communication is the bridge that joins generations together to achieve a common purpose. So if you're trying to figure out, we've had some episodes talking about that generational gap, that generation connection, and how you do it. The start is with communication. And also for your family business, if you have one, it is the spark that motivates clients to purchase your product and service. All right, it's all about the communication. It's all about it. And if you do it right, and we're going to tell you from our personal experience, if you can find that sweet spot in communication, and you develop a good communication track record of honesty and trustworthiness, all right, you have to develop that. Okay, if you do, that gives you that environment to talk about the hard stuff. Okay, to talk about the life insurance, to talk about your land that you have, to talk about the transition of your legacy to the next generation. You talk about those financial issues, and that sometimes it's hard for us as family members to actually talk about. Okay, because most of us, if you like ours, you know, you may or may not have that vehicle, that environment to have that communication. Okay, so that's, you know, that's just one, and we can kind of go on and be here for a long time, but I just want to tell you, communication will help you in a lot of areas, and especially during those challenging times, having those tough discussions that sometimes we avoid. Okay, But communication. So that's the topic, going to be the topic for the day, and that's the word for the month.
Good.
All right, Dr.
Yeah,
Porter,
good.
take it away.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us. Welcome again, and a special welcome to all of our first-time viewers to our live broadcast. If you or your family have a dream or vision to accomplish something great, you're at the right place and at the right time. If you have any questions, we please ask that you post them on Facebook, and we'll try to answer, or we'll answer them now live, or we'll email you the response, okay?
That's right.
And then also, we would like to thank everyone who are with us every Saturday, all those who continue to give us your support. Thank you. Because without you, there would be no us.
That's
so
right.
Thank you. And we're here to help each other. So thank you for being with us live every Saturday during this broadcast at 12 noon. We ask that you please join us on the Vision Driven Family Institute Facebook group page, and then share it with your friends and family. Please.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Yes, and then we have announcements. We're so excited. We're really looking forward to it. Yes. The next conference that's going to be coming up will be in Mobile, Alabama on December 8th, right after Thanksgiving.
All right now.
Yes.
Shout out to Mobile.
Thank you. So it's a Family Vision Conference. It's a one-day conference. It will be held at the Holiday Inn Downtown Historic District. Tickets are out there available now. They're on Eventbrite. We have an early bird special out there that goes to November 15th.
Okay.
Yes, you can go to our, it should be, and it is on our Vision Driven website, the group website page, and also on our Facebook page and the website, on both of them.
Yes.
And we want to thank you for Julie Causey, who is sponsoring that. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. So we're also, at this time, we're looking at 2019 already. We're taking Family Vision Retreat applications for 2019.
All right now. Oh, great and excited about that.
Yes. So if you're interested in having a Family Vision Retreat for you and your family, contact us at visiondrivenfamily@gmail.com. That's visiondrivenfamily@gmail.com. For more information, you can also go to our website, and that is www.visiondrivenfamily.com. www.visiondrivenfamily.com. And I know I talk fast, so I'll say it one more time. www.visiondrivenfamily.com.
All right.
You can find the application for up to schedule to apply for a Family Vision Retreat. The application is there. Also, you will find tickets, the link to Eventbrite for the conference in Mobile on December 8th.
Okay.
Now, if you want to host, you may want to host a Power in a Family Vision conference in your city, as Julie Causey is doing in her city in Mobile. If you're your organization, your company, your church, your nonprofit, would like to host a Power in a Vision Driven Conference 2019 in your city, just contact us. We're starting to work on the 2019 schedule already, and we're grateful for the opportunity to do that.
Yes. Because we're actually looking at maybe doing one down here in Texas as well.
Yes.
So more to come on that.
Yes. I think that's it. The website again is visiondrivenfamily@gmail.com. visiondrivenfamily@gmail.com, and then www.visiondrivenfamily.com. That's right.
Okay.
www.visiondrivenfamily.com.
All right now.
And before we kick off on communication, our focus for today, we're going to make sure we want to give a special shout out and a special thank you to all of our veterans, to all the veterans. Happy Veterans Day, happy Veterans Weekend.
Yes.
We appreciate your service to this country.
That's right.
We know that honoring, it started Saturday honoring, Friday rather than today and tomorrow, but Monday is the official day. It will be observed, Veterans Day, Monday, November 12th. But from us at Vision Driven Institute, the family, we say thank you for your service.
All right. Yes. All right.
Hey, remember to say hello to us while we're on now. Let us know you're there. Thank you for joining us. All right, Philip.
All right, let's jump on in. You guys know how I roll and how Dr. Porter roll. We're here to drop some knowledge on you, And hopefully you guys can drop some knowledge back to us, because we always learning. We always learning. But the topic for today is a successful family communication. Okay. And communication, and if you guys have written our book, there's a lot of keys. There's a number of keys associated with having a successful generational family vision, family business, property ownership, investments, but it all comes down to communication. All right. But now your family may be a little bit unusual, or maybe not as unusual as ours. Okay, let me put it that way. And reason why I say that, because when we started talking about communication, and today we actually talking about formal communication. All right, and we're going to get into a little bit in a minute. But what are some of the things, here we want to share with you some of the things that our family has and continue to tell us in regards to how they want us to communicate with them.
Yes.
Okay. Now, here's some of the things, and if you got some others that's not on the list, we would love for you to share them with us, because all of us got to figure out a way to overcome this communication. Okay. But one of them, believe it or not, is when we talk about communication, say for instance, we got a meeting coming up with the family. All right, and we might want to say, well, we're going to give you a call of when the meeting is. We have family members that says they do not receive phone calls. You guys say, you got to be kidding me, right? They don't have a landline phone. They just got a mobile phone. So they say, if you call me if you want, but I won't pick up. All right, when you call, now I know this personally because I've called. The mailbox is full, so you can't leave a message. All right. However, they do want to be a part of the family vision. All right, now go figure that. The next one is, well, don't text me because I don't receive texts. Okay. We got some family members, you can text if you want, but they won't get it. They won't receive it. They won't reply to it. So you would just be wasting your time. Now, I don't know if you guys got any family members like that. Okay. You can try email, right, Dr. Porter?
Yes.
And what will some of them say? They don't have an email address. So don't even try email.
Or they get so many emails, they don't check them. They don't check them on a regular basis. They don't have time to check the emails.
Okay.
That's another one.
So that's another one. Okay, so we said, well, what about if we can communicate with you through Facebook Messenger? Oh, no. Okay, you're going to get an ear for it. Nothing Facebook that haven't been on, don't want to get on. It's all nothing but trash on there. I'm not getting on, and you can't make me.
All right.
Okay, now in our family tendency, the older they are, maybe not all of them, but the older they are, like my age, you can't get them on. That's just not going to happen. Okay. Other ones, they get a little bit better because some of them, we have a family meeting during the weeknight. They can't because they're working. All right. Now that one you can kind of understand because they work in second, they work in third shift, or whatever. Okay. We even have some, they can say, well, you can call me, but because I live in the country.
A different country.
No.
Oh, just in the country. You mean the country U.S.? Oh my God.
I'm talking about the country of Alabama. I'm talking about the country of Mississippi. I'm talking about the country of Missouri. I'm talking about the country of Colorado.
All right. Well, they have poor reception.
Yeah.
Reception is what you're saying. Okay.
Okay, they got poor cell phone reception.
Yeah.
So even if you try to call them, they want you to call them. Your call or the meeting gonna get dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, and if it's raining,
it won't go through, right?
Okay, it won't go through.
All right.
Okay, we got some that live in different time zones because they live in other countries and so forth. So that's where that come in. So I can go on, and I'm sure you guys can too. We're just saying is, well, how do you overcome this?
Right.
All right, that's the key. Well, how do you overcome all of this stuff? And that's what we're going to talk about today, is giving you some tips, giving you some tips in regards to it. Okay. So the first tip we want to share regarding family communication as relates to a family vision or your business or whatever.
Yeah.
The first thing is what? Know what type of family vision you have or you plan to implement or whatever. It all starts there. Okay. Those of you who've been in our classes or been on watching us for a while, you know what the 5 types of family visions are. They're in our books. Can't really have time to go into them now. But it's a big difference. Those of you who've been in our class, like Christine, she would know there's a difference between a nuclear family vision and, for example, an extended family vision.
Right.
Okay. With a nuclear family vision or a single family vision, that's pretty easy. Like when my dad wanted to talk about the family vision, right, he can just give you a call. Right. Right. And he had a couple of people call and that's it. Okay. But if you like us, it looks like we have Joseph Carr has joined the conversation. So welcome, Joseph.
Yep, welcome.
Okay. So that's the first thing, okay, because that will have an impact on how you're thinking about this process. Because if you're like us and you have an extended family vision, we literally talking 100 people.
Yes. Yep.
All over the country, internationally, and all of that in a bag of chips. Okay, so that's the first thing, knowing the type of family vision, because if you do that, that's going to impact your communication. The other tip I want to suggest to you is most families do have an informal system.
Right.
Okay, girl, how we talk about the family members, you know, girl, you know what cousin so-and-so, girl, you know what your brother just did. All right, you know which ones we're talking about. We're not talking about this informal communication system, because generally all the families have that, where the gossip can go through, everything goes through that for our family. Okay, and some may not even have much conversation with family at all. But we're actually talking about here a formal system.
Formal, right.
Okay, a formal communication system with your family. I mean, many of you on a job, there's a formal way that they communicate at work. Okay, there's some expectations given. Right. All right, there's some tools and resources on how you do it. Okay.
Just the same with the family.
So what we're telling you is you have to establish the same thing with the family.
Yes.
And what does a formal communication system look like? All right. Okay, some tips here that is based on our own experience.
Right.
First of all, the communication has to be written.
Yes.
Okay. You have to write it down. So whatever that written format is, all right, whether you've written it down and you post it on your family's group page, or whether it's in Google Docs,
right,
or whether it's in a text, whether it's an email, whether it's in slow, snail-paced mail, the formal system has to be written down and documented. Right. Okay.
Yep. So written documentation.
Written documentation. Okay. The next one is consistency.
Yes, huge.
Okay. You can't just write it down. Saying we have a family meeting, you send out invitations, you do it once, you do it twice, that's it. All right. Now you think everybody got it. No, we can already tell you that's not right. That's not going to happen. So you have to be consistent. And you have to be intentional about it. Yes. Okay. Intentional, which means is when you communicate with your family members, you're kind of looking at from the receiver's point of view. Okay. I'm telling you that from what we call a generation 2 in our family, what we call G2s. Right. All right. The way sometimes one generation communicates and another generation communicates do not line up.
Yes, and the G2s are mostly our traditionally our baby boomers. That age are pretty much our G2s, and those G3s is that next group. You know, the Gen X and millennials. So communicate different. Just to give you an example. Okay. All right.
So the G3s is not going to understand How come you're not on Facebook? How come you don't receive text? How come you get where we're going on that, right?
Yes.
All right. And sometimes, depending on your family vision, the elders are the G2s,
right,
or G1s, or the baby boomers.
Right.
Right. But they can't figure out how come they're not communicating with the next generation. And the worst thing about it, they don't want to change.
Right. They put it on Snapchat, Instagram, one of those social media.
You're going to have
all of those. I use all of them. But I won't get ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, Dr. Porter, we know, right? We know from our own experience, all right? Some people in our families, we can't let them be in charge of communications because they won't communicate to everybody, because they're not on Facebook, they're not on Instagram, they're not on LinkedIn, they're not on Twitter.
They aren't tweet, yeah.
Right? They don't do none of this kind of stuff.
But you still want them to be part of the vision.
But that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. But the important thing is whatever you use is accessibility. You want to make sure they're accessible to wherever format you're using to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because even if you do that, because for example, we use a Facebook group page.
Right.
All right. Now everyone do have access.
Mm-hmm.
And to Facebook, unless for some reason Facebook kicked them off. Okay, so we got some family member that just choose not to be a part of it.
Right.
Okay, and we just say okay.
And that's okay. You keep going on.
And you keep going on.
Right.
All right. Now
they have access. You may choose not to participate.
And that you can't do anything about.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now in our case, because we have a family board with our business. Okay. There are some, with our board, some things are mandatory for them.
Right.
There's not an option. If you're going to be a board member or a key person, right, there's some things that are mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got to be on, Facebook, a part of the group page, as an example.
Right.
Okay. So just once again, it just kind of depends. Most things are not for most things in our family, but there are a few things that are the way we communicate because it's formal. Okay, so if we're going to send you financial reports, you're going to have an email. Otherwise, you're not going to be on the board. That's it, right? It's not
right.
not up for discussion. Okay.
Right. I think that one is key. I think that bullet point about getting them to agree.
Okay. One of the last ones is getting family members to agree on whatever your formal system is. Okay? Getting them to agree whatever the formal system is.
So you inform everybody. They know about what system you're choosing based on your type of vision. They're aware of it. You get as many to agree as possible, and you go forward and you be consistent with it.
Okay? Mm-hmm. And most likely, depending on the type of family vision,
mm-hmm.
the agreement will not be 100%.
Right. Right.
All right. So I'm just telling you that now. So if it's not 100%, that's great. That's normal.
Don't wait because you want to get started. Keep going.
Okay. So the communication is so important. I mean, we now in our latest version of our book, we actually dedicated a chapter to it, because we figured that's how important. Because when we're talking to families and in the workshop, is a lot of times it comes down to communication.
Yep. Remember, we started off with one of the quotes that says communication is the human connection. We've got to have communication to be successful. All
right. So you gotta have it.
Yeah. System.
All right. So when it comes to a system, what we want to share with you is our system that's worked for us. Okay. And maybe hopefully it'll work for you. Everybody's family is different.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody's at different places in their family vision or the way they want to communicate with their family. What we're just sharing with you is what works for us. And sometimes you're going to have to try it for a while.
Yes.
I'm talking about months. I mean, you better try it for a while to see if it actually catches on. Okay. So the first step is notifications. Okay. So when we have our family meetings, family vision meetings, how do we notify people?
Right.
Okay. What we have done is we do have a family group page on Facebook. I think it's a secret group page. Right. So you have to be invited. So it's for family members only. Okay, so that's where we have it.
Right.
And believe it or not, when I go to this, I haven't looked at it in a while. I'm not sure how this grew to the number that it has grown to. But Dr. Porter, how many family members do we have as part of our family group page?
We have 106 family members that are on our family group page.
Okay. Now, I was actually surprised because I was wondering how in the world it got to 100. How did it work? Did it get to 106 family members? All right, and they're all family members. So what happens is if you got valued information and you consistent over time, and you have to have something positive to talk about. Okay, you will get that engagement, and we do get a lot of family members that are engaged. Right. When I say engaged is, for example, the last family conference call we had, I think we had a video and so forth, but we talked about in a minute. I think 70, 80 family members viewed it out of the 106. And that's
huge.
Okay. Yeah. That's engagement, which is what you're trying to get to. Now, this is not overnight. Let me tell you guys. All right, you start out with this thing, you may have one or two. Okay, what I'm saying is that's why that consistency over a large period of time. Now, you do have to set some ground rules on this page. At least we have. Right. Yes. Okay. Yes. So we said don't be putting no junk out there. Don't be putting no gossip out there. Right. Okay, and none of that stuff. All right. This is what our the farmer page. So if it's family business related, we don't mind if it's positive, like birthdays. That's kind of nice because we don't really see that. But graduations, promotions on your job, military stuff, new babies in the family, marriages, all that kind of stuff to keep everybody informed. Just bought a home, all of that. New job. Yep. Yeah. All those are some examples of the positive things that are on the page. Business idea, those kinds of things, something to look into, land propositions that they want everybody to look at, all those kind of things. They want the board to consider some things, all of that maybe. Okay. Just an examples. And there, any family can post information on there. All right. I mean, we have post on there at an event that we had. What was the sales? Yes. For the event, how much money the family made. We post that on there. Okay. I mean, so it's open, it's clear. I mean, we don't keep no secrets there when it comes to the business. We post all the information on there for the discussion. Right. Okay. Right. So you may have to, if you like ours, we had to set some ground rules. We're gonna start out with the ground rules up front. Up front. Yeah. All right. You can always tweak and revise, but start out with expectations. So this is not a gossip. This is not a gossip page. Right. Okay. Right. So for us, our primary way that we notify our family of a meeting or a conference or a family retreat or whatever we're doing is through our group Facebook page. Is all the family members on it? No, but that's okay. Right. Okay, because they choose not to. They can, but they choose not to. Okay. Our secondary method, because we do have a secondary way to communicate, is generally by text and possibly by email. Okay, but the focus is on the group page. Everybody knows it. If they want to find some information about it, that's where they go. Right. Okay, so what we're just telling you guys, find that way. Okay, find that way. Okay. Now, and once you do the notification, you got to have just a brief meeting agenda. Yep. We share that. Yep. So be prepared, set expectations, and then we use Google Docs to record and document the meeting on. But a meeting agenda is key to help guide you. That's right, because you have to be prepared. Yeah. Right. I mean, you have to be prepared. Don't go into a meeting. As we've been doing this for a while, we try to have our meetings in 1 hour or less. Right. As much as we got going on, 1 hour or less. Be efficient and productive with your time. Okay. With everybody's time. So now the challenge is when you get on there, people want to talk about what happened today at work. They want to talk about, the Vikings football game and the score, and they They want to talk about family stuff. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk about the election. Okay, and some of them are Republicans, some of them are Democrats. No,
some of them are not. But Philip does a good job most of the time of getting everybody back on track, say what the purpose is. And when we get done, there's time we want to share something, but we stay focused on the agenda, the items at hand.
Okay, so there's classes people can take on how to run meetings.
Yes.
When we worked in corporate America, so it's not an easy thing. It's not like sometimes intuitive, it's just gonna come to you overnight. All right. So
but there are resources available.
There's resources available.
Okay.
Okay. Actual meetings. Well, Dr. Porter, what do we use as our formal vehicle for our meetings?
Well, we talked to all the family, got it approved, and so we're using, most of them agreed up on it, is we do conference call, we use Zoom video conferencing. Zoom video conferences. We also have Skype available, but Zoom video conferences is mandatory for all the board members to have. You can just go on live on video, or you can go live on your phone. So there's no excuse. We remove all the barriers of how people can communicate or connect with us during the actual meeting. Again, it's mandatory for our board members, right? Family employees and family members are welcome to join us. And then we record Zoom video conferences. It's recorded in the cloud. Mm-hmm. So if you're working second, third shift, or you have some meeting, or you just can't be there at that time, you can always later access Zoom video conferencing via the cloud. It's available.
Yes.
Okay. What else? Oh, and then it's on our family group, Facebook page.
That's right.
Live streaming and conference calls are on there also. So we take care of all those reasons or ways or avenues that people can participate. They just know that expectation is that we use Zoom video conferencing. That's our method that we use, conference call.
Okay.
Anything to add?
Well, I just want to welcome our cousin, Pastor Chandler.
Oh, hi, Pastor Chandler.
Out of Georgia for joining us and all the outstanding work he's doing.
I know.
Out there, and he's an author as well. And listening to
books.
A pastor, he's a singer. There's not much.
Sings and writes plays. He's awesome. We thank God for him.
Right. And we got a question: why Google Docs? Well, Google Docs can be shared. Question that we have from Christine. We use Google Docs because actually we can share that with all the family members, the agenda.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Easy to use, user friendly.
Okay.
Yes.
So they can add to it, they can update it, they can go back to it later. So the reason why we use Google Docs, because it's free, and like Dr. Porter said,
with everybody.
And you can share it with everybody. A lot of people have Google. Okay. But great question. Okay.
And someone said they like Zoom. Yeah, we're liking Zoom more and more also. Yeah.
And the question is Zoom cloud only, iPhone? Yes, with Zoom, you can use your computer, you can use your mobile phone, you can use iPhone.
It's not iPhone only. It's any phone, yeah.
But what you do is you can record, like Dr. Porter said, you record your meetings, and the meetings are saved to the cloud.
Right.
Okay. And then if a family member's missed the meeting, you can send them that link to the cloud, and they can watch the meeting, okay, from Zoom, from the cloud, anywhere they're at.
They get a link, and they get a code to join the meetings.
Okay.
So anybody can't join your meeting to be a part of it. They get a link sent from us, and they get a code to join, whether they're using their phone or the computer or the iPad or whatever, laptop.
So it's private and confidential. So okay.
All right.
So that's actual meetings, digital meetings in the cloud, so forth and so on. Okay. With all of that said, we do have face-to-face meetings. We know with our family, we need to have more of those. It's just obviously hard because we have an extended family vision and people spread out. They just spread out many states. Okay. So, but when we do, you should have, if you can, the more time you can have the face-to-face meetings, they don't have to be long. Okay.
Right.
You just need to be consistent. For me, they don't have to be long. You just need to be consistent. And you prepare for a face-to-face meeting just the same way we talked about you prepare for a conference call or anything like that. Okay. If anybody needs help with that, that's very important because you always, looking at your goals and going forward. One thing we do recommend is try to have it, if nothing else, at least once a year. Having what we call a family retreat or family vision retreat.
Yes.
Meeting or weekend or something like that, at least once a year. This is not a family reunion.
Right.
Okay. This is a family, what we call a family retreat, where you can talk about what we call the business aspects. If your family, talk about, or you can give it awards out at your retreat. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do at your retreat. Focus on, what is your family looking at in the next 10 years?
You look at your goals and what have you done, what have you accomplished, and what do you need to do, and your assigned responsibility, you follow up on the previous meeting agenda. So you're actually taking care of business.
Okay.
Yeah, we have fun, but we take care of business first, and then we break bread, eat together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we haven't done very good at this. We actually and because one of our issues, our board members, the elders are all over the place. Okay. I mean, that's a challenge when you got the elders that's all over the place as well.
And that was one of our blessings in moving south that we've met in Mobile with the family, did a brief family retreat. We also met in Mississippi in September and did a family retreat. We were also in Minnesota for another purpose, and we don't have a brief family meeting there.
Yes.
And so we do phone conferences. So our goal next year is to have 2.
Yes.
So you can do it monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually, however you choose to do it based on your family.
Okay. But we did an episode on family retreats.
Yes, we did.
So you can probably watch that to get some details. But what we're telling you guys is you can't hardly do it without having a family retreat. I mean, it's the best way to start it.
Yes.
Okay. Even if it's a family retreat of 2 people, just a husband and wife. Okay. Because now you're setting aside some time to actually talk about where you want your future of your family to be.
Right.
Okay. Because we can get so distracted so often. So you had to set aside time for that specific purpose.
And we always start them off, we kick-started with a dream session. When people say, where you want your family to be, we do a dream session, and that's been really powerful. Again, if you look at the past live stream we did on family retreat, you will see some information on that.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So face-to-face meetings.
Yes.
Okay. We don't have time to do a lot more going into it, but I'm just saying that the face-to-face meetings, the other important component is your meeting notes. After the meeting is over, make sure you make the notes available. In our case, it's easy because we just record the meeting. Any decisions that was made or any votes that's taken or whatever, we have to record the meeting. That's what Zoom does for us.
Yes.
So that's kind of nice there. We don't have to do anything special. But it also gets recorded as on Facebook,
right,
on our group Facebook page, like Dr. Porter was saying. Okay.
And then some people have Microsoft 365.
Yep.
That's another way to share. There's a cost from 365, an annual cost.
Yes.
It's not that much, but we also have available Microsoft 365.
Okay. So.
Yeah, to share documents with that.
So that's just what we use. What we're just saying is you have to find some way to do this, to communicate this. And the notes from meetings is very important because this is going to build up trust in the family.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to, I'm just telling you.
It's another communication method. Just share.
Take
the notes and save and share. Be transparent.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does build trust in relationships.
It does build. Okay. All right. So
no secrets.
You got to do it. That's why you write it down. And plus, you helping the next generation, showing them how it needs to be done.
That's right. That's a good point. You're always teaching and mentoring about what you do and what you don't do. So always be intentional about what you're doing.
Okay. The next one, just quickly, briefly, and I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it, is financials. Okay. We do issue financial report to the people who have stock or share in our family company. Okay. So issuing that, so there's a vehicle that you use for actually doing that. We use QuickBooks for our family financial and numbers and so forth. And we do share that information. Okay. So, I mean, so communication. So when we say formal communication, it's just that, okay? So take that time, because if you establish that, and if you got multiple generations living in a household, you should be having those monthly meetings and bringing out your budget.
Right,
okay,
right.
Some of us that maybe have grown kids that are living with you,
Right.
because they're in school, they're in college, they whatever the case may be. Hard times is hit, okay? But you need to have that forum to have that discussion on, okay, this is the family budget. This is what the bills are of the family, of everyone who's living in this household. Have those discussions. Okay, we get afraid of those discussions, but you needed to have that format to actually have those discussions. Otherwise, tension build up, expectations, but we never share what expectations were, so forth and so on. Okay, something we all have to work on. It's a continuous thing. So financials, we use QuickBooks. We do share it with our family and so forth. The last one, we do have a family website that's password protected. And we can put family information there. That's where we have our family Hall of Fame. Wall of Fame is on our Facebook. Our Military Veterans Wall of Fame is on our family Facebook page. Some recognition, family recognition is on that page. Okay. But all of this is part of a family vision, creating that communication, creating that trust. That all it takes to that. So when people say family vision, when they're talking to us, a lot happens in our mind in addition to a family vision board. Okay, in addition to a family tree, in addition to your family real estate property, in addition to your family owned stock, right? It's comprised of all of this stuff, but how do we actually juggle all to keep this thing up and running smoothly? And that's why communication is so important. Okay. All right, Dr. Porter, anything else you want to kind of add?
Nope, you did an excellent job. Thank you. Excellent. That's good.
All right. So the word from the Vision Driven Family Institute for November is communication. Okay.
Communication.
So all month we'll be talking about some form of communication and giving you some tips. Like Dr. Porter, if you have any questions, feel free to email them to us. Feel free to post them here. But that's kind of very, very, very important. So Dr. Porter, want to share a couple of those other things as a reminder?
Just as a reminder, if you like what you heard today, thank you for joining us again. Please like the Facebook page and share with 3 people. Invite 3 other people in your family to join us next Saturday. And also a reminder for 2019, we're taking applications for Family Vision Retreat. Family Vision Retreat 2019. Applications are coming in, and you can go to visiondrivenfamily@gmail.com or to our website for more information, and that is www.visiondrivenfamily.com. www.visiondrivenfamily.com. If you want to purchase any of our books or materials, we have workbooks and books out there that talks more about what we give you some points on today. You can go to our website also, and I gave that already to www.visiondrivenfamily.com. Just go there. Questions, send them to us. And we also have a YouTube channel. If you want to hear this again today or hear previous episodes, just go to our YouTube channel. Okay? Anything I'm leaving out, Philip?
Nope, I think
watch it together with their family.
All right, and like Dr. Porter just said, get together with your family and watch. Where there's one family member, the only thing we can tell you, if you have the vision there, the Lord will bless you. Okay, and call of those things that be not as though they were.
Okay? And God's word is true.
And so, I mean, don't be surprised which family members jump on board to the vision, okay? Because the blessings that are there, you can be richly blessed, but most of the time there's work in it that we have to do.
And use these resources to jumpstart your family discussion. Questions will come up and the communication will get started. All right.
All right.
So our last quote for today, quote 3 for today.
Dr. Porter, check us out.
All right. The art of communication is the language of leadership.
Oh.
James Hume. The art of communication is the language of leadership by James Hume. Thank you so much again. And remember, we educate family leaders to fulfill their family purpose, to build wealth, and to empower future generations.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your weekend and happy Veterans Day to all the veterans.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Be blessed.